Hey guys, welcome back. So I got a $7,000 payout with FTMO. And in today's video, I want to share 3 things that I personally wish I knew before I got funded with prop firms and started trading with all these online prop firms. So I've been trading with these online prop firms for a number of years now. I've failed a bunch of challenges. I've passed challenges. I've gotten funded. I've gotten payouts. And I've probably made more mistakes than anyone else. When I first started, I was pretty naive, and there's sort of 3 things that I wish I knew before I actually got started, or I wish someone would have told me. So if you appreciate this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. So I think the first lesson that I wish I knew before I started trying to get funded with prop firms is how long it would actually take in order to get funded. When I first started with prop firms, I was probably pretty naive, and I thought it would be really quick to actually get my funded account and get a payout. But I was completely wrong. When I first heard about prop firms, I thought this was great. I can just take a challenge, and I thought within a few weeks, I could pass phase 1, pass phase 2, get my funded account, and then start making tons of money with my funded account. But that was so far from the truth. It took me ages before I actually got funded and got my first funded account. So I remember one time it took me actually 4 months to get my funded account. And that's not even a payout. That's just 4 months to get my funded account. If you're taking a 2-phase challenge, you have a phase 1, you have a phase 2, and then you get your funded account and you have to make money on that as well, right? So you have 3 pretty much phases to get to a payout, which can take a really long time. And then you have a bunch of retries as well, because you're probably not going to pass every single time. So the reality is, to actually get a funded account and then receive a payout, it's going to take a really long time. And I've been asked this quite a few times, like how long should I expect to actually pass and get funded? And it really depends on how frequently you trade. So if you're more of a scalper and you're trading on like the 15-minute or 5-minute, you might be able to take like 1 trade a day, or maybe even 2 trades a day if there's a good setup, right? But if you're trading on the higher time frame, like a 1 hour or 4 hour, you might only get a few entries each week. So it's going to take you a lot longer. So it depends on how frequently you're trading. But in my opinion, from what I've seen, I would say on average, it probably takes about 1 month to pass phase 1, and then maybe another month to pass phase 2. And then to get a payout, it might actually take you another month, right? So it might actually take you 2 to 3 months to actually get to a payout. So don't expect to get a funded account and get payouts within a few weeks, in my opinion. And if you are trying to get funded within a week, you're going to start taking unnecessary risks on your account, and prop firms might not like that as well. So just keep that in mind. But the good news is that if you're patient and you're disciplined, you can get a funded account. It just may take a bit longer than what you initially thought it would take. Then the second lesson that I wish that I knew before starting with online prop firms and getting funded is that you probably will fail challenges. And failing challenges, I would say, is pretty normal, and you shouldn't feel bad about it. You know, when I first got started with trading with prop firms, I thought that I had to pass every single challenge, right? So I put all this pressure on myself that I had to have a 100% win rate with these challenges and win every single one that I did. And I just put so much pressure on my trading. And when I failed challenges, I felt like crap. I was demoralized. I just didn't feel like trading. Like, it was just an emotional roller coaster. But what I realized later on was that it's pretty normal to fail these challenges. I thought I was a terrible trader from failing challenges. So TFT released internal data on their traders, and they showed that less than 1% of their traders actually receive a payout. So a majority of traders are actually failing challenges. So here's something I've never shared before. So when I got my first payout, it took me 13 failed challenges to actually get my first payout. 13, right? And the crazy thing is that that payout didn't even cover all of the failed challenges to actually get there. And I think that's the reality with most people. I know traders that have been funded over 7 figures, they've gotten, a lot of payouts, and they all agree on this one thing, which is you will have to fail challenges in order to get to a payout. It's just inevitable. There's no world in which you can always pass every single challenge 100% of the time. If someone tells you that they have a 100% win rate with these challenges and they win prop firm challenges 100% of the time, then I would be probably a little bit skeptical, because every single trader that I know has failed challenges before ever receiving a payout. So the third lesson is prop firm challenges aren't designed to be easy. So this is something that I really wish I knew when I first started, which is these online prop firms, these challenges, they aren't really designed to be easy for you. Most of these challenges have very unrealistic trading objectives, right? With a standard two-phase challenge, you usually have a 10% profit target in phase 1, and then a 5% profit target in phase 2. And then you get to a funded account, maybe aim for a couple percent as well for your payout. So in total, you have maybe 15% profit target that you have to hit, right, to pass the challenge and get funded. And then you have a 10% max overall drawdown. So you're asked to make 15% profit target with a 10% max overall drawdown. I thought, wow, if these online prop firms have this sort of trading targets as a standard, that's the standard that I have to set for myself and my own trading. I have to be able to hit 15% profit target with a 10% max drawdown every single month, right? That was the definition of a successful trader for me, right? And so what I realized later was that that's completely unrealistic. It's not realistic to be achieving those numbers. Sure, you might be able to be lucky, have a great trading month and hit those numbers. I'm not saying that you can't, but to be able to hit those numbers and those objectives consistently month on month, every single month for an entire year is almost impossible. Every single trader will have drawdown periods. That's just inevitable. So you're obviously going to fail challenges. You're going to fail accounts. If you think about it, in the world of hedge funds, they make around 5 to 8% per year on average, right? And if you think about it, these companies have millions in resources. They have a bunch of professional analysts that do this full time. They have investments in technology. They have resources, knowledge, everything to be really good at what they do. And they're only on average able to pull maybe 5 to 8% per year. And that's questionable as well. So to ask a retail trader, someone like me and you, to pull 15% profit target with a 10% max drawdown is really, really hard to do. And when I first started, that was the expectation that I set for myself. I thought, if I can't pass these challenges, I'm a terrible trader. But that's not true, right? And those are just the trading objectives itself. Then you layer on a whole bunch of other things like rules that you have to follow throughout these challenges, and it makes it even harder to pass. So these are all the things that I sort of wish someone had told me when I first got started, because it would have just taken a lot of stress from my trading. It would have made the process a lot funner. It would have been more enjoyable. I probably would have traded a lot better because I didn't have these unrealistic expectations. I would have probably treated it a lot more like a game and something that I would enjoy. And I think having that expectation when you go down the trading path is probably good, because it's a long journey. And if you are stressing out every single day about taking trades and challenges and failing and making money and all these things, you're eventually going to get burnt out. It's a skill that you're trying to develop over years. It's not something that you can just pick up within a few months and start making a whole bunch of money from. But the great news is that it's possible, right? I just want to share you the reality of it. I don't want to give you unrealistic expectations. You see like a big 7K payout and you're like, wow, I can start taking challenges and make a whole bunch of money. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give you guys the honest truth about getting into this whole world of online prop firms and what to expect, because that's what I would probably tell one of my mates if they were getting into it as well. So if you like this type of video, you might like my other video here where I talk about the main reasons why 90% of retail traders fail. And I go through some of the research that I found, and it's a really interesting video, so check it out. If you appreciated this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And leave a comment below. Let us know what your journey has been like trading with online prop firms. I'd love to know. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.